What's up, guys? Trying to narrow down this oil leak on the K20. As you can see, that's the front of the oil pan. You see a drop air. Front of this cross member piece is soaked. The transmission lines are soaked. You can see a drip air on the bottom of the fuel pump. Up there where the fuel pump mounts. You can see it up there, so I'm hoping something's just loose from when we had the engine out and cleaned it up. Looks like whatever it is definitely in this area here somewhere. I haven't checked anything yet, but hoping maybe the plate right there where the fuel pump mounts, maybe one of them bolts are loose, or hell, it could even be a valve cover loose, or I guess, you know, a gasket leaking and running down. That's a pretty good leak. You can see it on the lines there. Them lines are soaked. The whole cross member is soaked. This side, you can see up there. I can't even see up in there. I don't know if you guys can or not, but it looks. This side looks good, all the way down the back, across, down the side, across the back. Little damp spot right there. It looks like it's mostly the passenger side in the front by the fuel pump area. So definitely got something going on there. Let me get up here and take a look at the front sill. Oh, let's see what we got. We can see up in there or not. It's the bad part of getting off when it's dark out. So let's see. It's like the very bottom lip there's got something on it. Right behind the harmonic balancer. See, that side of the pan looks good. Looks like it's mainly just like right in this area. So you get off here and check a couple bolts. I'll take a look at the valve cover and make sure it ain't leaking, but looks like that rubber seal there probably leaking. That sucks too. That oil pan gasket, I don't know if I can reuse that or not. If that's the one that's got the metal sleeves in it to keep you from crushing it. It's rubber, so it might be reusable. I don't know. I have to get online and look, but let me check some of these bolts and I'll see what I come up with. Alright, so I snugged up the fuel pump, the plate that goes on the block before the fuel pump. Snugged it up, checked the valve cover. Valve cover seemed to be good. It's a little oily, but it doesn't look like anything's been running down, because everything, like I said, everything, whatever it is in this corner. So I'm hoping it's just that gasket right there where the fuel pump's at. I mean, we put a new one on it, but everybody knows how that goes. I mean, you can see, I'm hoping that's what it is. You can see, well, I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not, around that fuel pump on the right there, where it's pointing, everything's pretty saturated, so I was thinking maybe it was coming from the valve cover and running down the block and across the pump, but it looks dry. Like everything up in there looks dry, so wiped it all, just tightened them up. And two fuel pump bolts, the two plate bolts, the oil pan bolts were tight, like I was saying. They got those spacers inside the gasket to keep you from crushing it, so it doesn't mean something down in there ain't leaking, but we'll see if we can fire this old turd up and see if we can narrow something down here. Get the light back on. Alright. Hopefully she'll fire up. Haven't had this thing started, I don't know, hell, I can't remember. Oh, since I was showing you guys what I was talking about with the transfer case. So I just keys. There we go. So I'm hoping that did it. Oh God, I'm getting too old for this stuff. I mean, if I have to, I'll take it back apart. It is what it is. The truck's getting too close to being done to really, you know, not stop, you know. Let's see. Got power. Hey, we got power. Alright, a few pumps and come on, baby. I don't know if it's got gas. Oh, look at there. get her to where she'll idle, and we'll hop out and take a peek. Get her? Almost, almost. Still haven't had a chance to mess with that carb any at all. It still smells like it's running a little rich. Gotta hook up, still gotta hook up the oil pressure and the alternator. I got the temperature hooked up. I had the lights hooked up. The freaking wire came loose on me in here messing around with the seat cover and everything. The oil pressure works up here. It's still hooked up to the factory one. Yeah, the volt gauge is still working too. But it's a high volume. You can see it's buried. It's a high volume, high pressure pump. So. She pumps the oil. Come on. I know pretty good. Just shy of 1,000 on the tack. Alright, see if we can take a peek and see if we can find a little evidence here. Get you guys up here in case you see something I don't. Get some light. Watch your fingers. Alright. See what we got going on here. Man, how the hell am I trying to get this light up here? There we go. Okay. I don't see nothing coming down around. Here's the base of the pump. That's saying I did snug those two up. I snugged up the fuel pump. That smear right there, that's where I use grass, wipe that drip off my finger. That's what's left of it. I don't see anything coming down. If you guys see something I don't, make sure you let me know. I'm not seeing anything. Not now, anyway. Of course, she was wrapping it pretty hard. Ain't nothing. Check the valve cover, I reckon. Still gotta get that cover back on. Alright. Got here to take a peek. I don't want to waste your guys' time. Let's see. Valve cover looks good. Oh man, that's heck time with this light. Now I'm not seeing anything. Hard to get it in here to where you guys can see. Maybe it was that plate leaking. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't have it tight enough. It's already warming up, so that oil should be thinned out enough to find all the little cracks and crevices. Let's see. think we might have got it. Maybe it was just that cover. Well, right there where the fuel pump mount's at. I got probably a quarter of a turn on one bolt, and probably close to, I'd say it probably is, because I got a, let me see, on the plate, the outer bolt right there, the one on the right, I got probably somewhere in between quarter and a half a turn. The one on the inside of the pump there on the plate, I got probably a quarter turn. This outer bolt on the pump was probably close to a quarter turn. So maybe that was it. This was cooking up the spiders. But, I think we got her, guys. I did notice the other day I was out here messing around. The power steering belt, brand new belt, the seat's tightened up. I'll take care of that at some point. Could have swore I had it tight. I think we might have got her, man. Here's that temperature gauge is at. I forgot to turn the fan on. Oh, let's see, let's see. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Let's see what we're running at. Not bad. Sitting there running, I ain't been running very long, but it was running without the fan. I think it's got a 180 or a 190 thermostat in it. We had them up pulling them. She said it was just over the 200 mark. That really ain't all that bad, I guess, for beating the hell out of it. Let's see what we got. Metal? Yeah. Bad. 6,500 with no problem. See if we're leaking oil now. Yep, I think we're still good. Can't believe this thing ain't ran out of gas yet. Well, hopefully that was it. God, I hope. Oh, man. Okay. Start feeling your age when you're doing this stuff. Alright. Alright, show you what else we was working on. Maybe you guys have some ideas. So I was looking into, turn that fan off. I feel like talking over it. Mounting this radiator on the back. It's just kind of like tacked in place. It's definitely not mounted permanent yet. I mean, you can see I just welded in a couple brace bars to a plate. This setup used to be, I had a 90 full-size K5 at one time, and that's the radiator and the electric fan setup I had in it. It worked great. Worked excellent. Kept the truck really cool. Didn't matter how bad you was pounding on it. Neat ideas on plumbing. Got online, looked around a little bit, and A lot of the guys on there I talked to was talking about using exhaust pipe. You know, it's one thing I never even considered was exhaust pipe. They said you just gotta have the rubber elbows. Use old radiator hose to hook up to your radiator. You know, you need the bends and stuff like that in old radiator hoses, where you can hook it in, put an elbow to come down, bring it down, and ooh, boy, it got dark. And you run it underneath your cab. But you do, you know, your heater hose, you can either block it off or, you know, route it the same way. Just get heater hose, bring it down and around. You know, you just got to have a junction for it to run up. You know, your upper radiator hose over there. But need some ideas to see if it's actually worth it to go through the hassle of doing that, or would it be better off going back to a getting, you know, like the factory style shroud put back on it and a good cooling fan, you know, instead of having this setup on. Because I did notice if I keep the one that's in the front, when it's on, you go right here between right between the core support and the radiator, it's losing a lot of air, so I got to make some way to box that in to help force more air through the radiator towards the block. And so I don't know, just looking to see what people think, because you got to run, I was looking at it, and it'd have to be some small pipe, like 2.5 inch exhaust maybe, because it'd have to run in between the cab and the frame, you know, come along and, you know, to run up. But I was looking for ideas on that, see if anybody else has tried it or done it, or good idea, bad idea. Because I have to make a spot, shit, I can't even see past this battery, but down here in the back I got that big battery, so I'd have to make a mount back here to where it's not going to crush the fuel lines and stuff sitting in there. So I just wanted to see what people thought about that. Anybody's got any ideas, let me know, good or bad, see what you think. Thanks for watching, and try to help us get this channel growing. Subscribe, share, whatever you need to do. And thanks for watching, guys. I'm out.